Did it take 2 viewings to unlock Avatar 3's hidden codes? The 6 variations of I See You conceal 15 years of deep affection. Did you catch James Cameron's bathroom code? This video breaks down all the Easter eggs and details in Avatar 3. 1. After the opening animation, the brothers Neytiri and Loak ride the Ikadan, the thunder beasts, through the sky. Here, a variation of I See You plays. This song is the theme of the Avatar series, running through all 3 films. Whenever a breathtaking scene appears, either the original melody or a variation of it emerges. 2. Simultaneously, I See You holds a special significance in the Na'vi language. It doesn't refer to ordinary sight, but rather to someone seeing into your heart, truly understanding you. 3. In the film, the variation of I See You appears a total of 6 times. The first instance is the aforementioned opening scene. The second occurs after Neytiri successfully rescues Jake. Additionally, during the final battle sequence, it plays 3 times. Once when Neytiri shoots down a fighter, once during the Islanders' counterattack on the yacht, and finally when Neytiri shoots down another fighter. The variation resounds again during the end credits logo sequence. 4. When the I See You line appears 5 times in the main film. The first instance is when the Ash Clan High Priestess says it to the Colonel in the tent. The second is when Loak says it to Payakan upon meeting him again. The third is when the Colonel says it to Jack after Jack fails to persuade him, though his version is simply, "I will see you." The fourth is when Neytiri says it to Spider after he narrowly escapes death at Jack's hands. The fifth occurs in the spiritual realm at the film's conclusion, spoken by the Na'vi to Spider. 5. Avatar 2 and 3 were actually filmed together because they were initially conceived as a single, complete narrative. However, due to excessive content, excessive runtime, and production cost concerns, director James Cameron ultimately split it into 2 films. This explains why many scenes feel familiar. It also accounts for why the timeline of the third film is so close to the second, even as Neytiri remains haunted by the grief of losing her child. 6. At the end of the second film, Jake apologizes to Tronawari, the leader of the Makaina, and declares he will move away tomorrow, far away. His eldest son, Neytiri, and their ancestors had long since become part of the Na'vi. Thus, they formally joined the Ocean Tribe as Forest Clan members, their new home, which explains their presence here. Though Tenawari's starstruck enthusiasm rivals that of Fremen leader Shidirg from Dune. 7. When Spider crawls from the water to play with Kiri on the shore, a knife scar can be seen on his chest. This scar originates from the scene in the second film where Neytiri uses Spider to threaten the Colonel in exchange for Kiri. Subsequent events reveal the Colonel genuinely cherished his son. At that moment, Neytiri likely intended to kill the Spider. 8. Neytiri sings a hymn to Eywa alone in her room. At the beginning of the second film, she sings while rolling her music beads. Yet in the third film, those beads lie untouched. The Na'vi use beads to accord memories, each strand representing a story. The unraveling signifies Neytiri letting go of the past. Yet it proves she still cannot forget her eldest son, Neytiri. 9. Jake leads Loak and Talaya to salvage the sunken cargo ship. He discovers numerous military weapons, including a miniature RPG that can be attached to arrows. Loak discovered Neytiri's damaged bow on the sunken cargo ship from the second film. This bow had been entrusted to her by her father before his death in the first film, intended for protecting her people. Tragically, it was broken during the final battle of the second film. 10. Watching High Priestess Ronar of the Reef Clan fight while pregnant in the third installment left me with mixed feelings. But in truth, she had already conceived the child back in the second installment. When Loak was brought to the Three Fears by Oanang, he encountered Payakan there. Upon returning to the tribe from the open sea, the High Priestess's belly was visibly enlarged. 11. The next morning, the James family awoke to the Spider's convulsions. The breathing mask he wore was likely the same one seen at the end of the second film. As mentioned in the first film, humans cannot breathe directly on Pandora. Without oxygen, they suffocate within 20 seconds and die within 4 minutes. 12. The third film introduces 2 new tribes, one being the Windwalkers, a group that follows the wind and remains unaligned with any faction. The Windwalkers symbolize order and rules. They do not produce resources but specialize in trade and profit. Their emergence facilitates intertribal commerce and accelerates civilization. To escort Spider back to human territory, the Samson family provides full protection. At this juncture, the Ash people from the third installment emerge. Dubbed savage fanatics, they specialize in pillaging and destruction. During a volcanic eruption, they failed to receive protection from the goddess Eywa, nearly annihilating their entire tribe. Following this catastrophe, the tribe's high priest, Valong, abandoned faith in Eywa, embracing violence and slaughter instead. He came to believe fire represents the purest force in existence. 13th. With the emergence of the Windwalkers and the Ash People, the Avatar series finally completes its 5 elements. The Windwalkers, as merchants, symbolize metal. The Omatikya clan, Jack's family from the Forest tribe, symbolizes wood. The Na'vi of the Ocean tribe symbolize water. The Gray Whale tribe in the Earthlings' military weapons symbolize fire. The planet Pandora itself symbolizes Earth. 14th. Throughout the first 2 films, a recurring concept is emphasized. All energy is borrowed and must eventually be returned. For instance, decaying trees are absorbed by the earth, and the Na'vi who die are absorbed while preserving their memories, except for the Ash tribe. 15th. Perhaps knowing they would never gain Eywa's approval even after death, they adopt an extremely fierce approach, even transforming into human bombs for attacks. 16th. During the battle with the Ash People, Neytiri is struck by an arrow and falls from the sky. In Part 1, Jack experiences a similar fall sequence. Both the scene and the framing are nearly identical to Neytiri's descent. 17th. During the final battle at the end of the first film, Neytiri was also shot down in mid-air. Her first companion perished in that fight. The second film never revealed the name of her new companion until the third installment when we finally learned her name was Seda. After Neytiri fell unconscious, Seda rushed to revive her, a stark contrast to Neytiri's isolation and loss of companions in the first film. 18th. In the second film, Neytiri saved his younger brother Luwak, yet he insisted on returning to rescue Spider, ultimately leading to his tragic death. In the third film, to retrieve a spare breathing mask for Spider, Luwak, Kiri, and Took prepared to return to the crash site of the Windrunner Trading Company. Instead, they were captured by the Ash People. 19th. Before this, Spider had fallen unconscious due to oxygen deprivation. In the emergency, Kiri connected with the Earth and pleaded for Eywa's protection. Instantly, countless white roots emerged from the ground, enveloping Spider's body. This scene mirrors the moment in the first film when the Tree of Souls granted new life to Dr. Grace and Jake. When Kiri asked Luwak to bring Spider over, 2 distinct voices were clearly heard, likely indicating Eywa's possession. This sets the stage for her later identity revelation. 20th. During her connection with Eywa, she suddenly began convulsing. In the first film, she had also fallen unconscious when connecting with Eywa. Hearing the news, Norman rushed from Highland Camp in an armed aircraft. His examination revealed this was a classic case of frontal lobe epilepsy. Norman warned Jack that she must never attempt this again, especially in water, where it could prove fatal. In the third installment, Norman and Patel again urged Kiri not to connect with Eywa, especially underwater. 21st. To evade the Ash Clan's pursuit, the group chose to flee by water. During the journey, Tuck declared that the family would never be separated and would never give up. This echoes Jake's line from the second film, "A family can't be split apart. That's our greatest weakness and our greatest strength." 22nd. Returning to the crash site of the Windrunner Trading Company, Jake is ambushed by the Colonel. "I already killed you," Jake says in confusion. "Killing me isn't that easy," the Colonel replies. In the second film, Spider rescued his father from the ocean depths. Though reluctant, his instincts made the choice for him. The Colonel intended to kill Jake for revenge, but upon learning his son was also being hunted, he reluctantly formed a temporary alliance with Jake. 23rd. In the second film, Neytiri threatened the Colonel with Spider's life. He arrogantly retorted, "You really think I care about that kid?" only to immediately back down the next second. This shows the reborn Colonel now values emotions more. 24th. The scene where the Colonel teaches Valang to shoot pays tribute to the training sequence with Ripley in Aliens. 25th. To celebrate the successful heist, the Ash People, led by Valan, erupt into revelry. She dances before the bonfire, wielding 2 curved blades, reminiscent of real-world visual performances using such blades. 26th. Valan is portrayed by Una Chaplin, granddaughter of comedy legend Charlie Chaplin. Beyond the stunning visuals, she left the deepest impression on me. Her hip-driven gait continues to captivate. 27th. After escaping the Ash Clan's pursuit, the Colonel suggests Jake settle an old score. This refers to the first film, where the Colonel sent him to infiltrate the Omatikaya tribe as a spy. Instead, Jake fell in love with Neytiri and joined forces against the human faction. 28th.
With Eywa's assistance, Spider becomes the first human on Pandora to breathe without a respirator. 29th, Kiri has no biological father. She is the result of Dr. Grace's hermaphroditic phenomenon. The scene then flashes back to the Omaticaya tribe praying for Dr. Grace under the Tree of Souls in the first film. Though this failed to save her, Dr. Grace revealed on her deathbed that she had seen Eywa. Thus, Eywa's will may have orchestrated Dr. Grace's pregnancy. Kiri is Eywa's earthly incarnation and spokesperson. 30th. In the second film, Ronar, the high priest of the Mekaina tribe, sensed something amiss the moment he first laid eyes on Kiri. In the third installment, when Kiri approached Ronar, she questioned her. "Why have you come here? Why have you come to us?" While seemingly directed at Kiri, this query was actually addressed to Eywa.
The secrets of Pandora extend far beyond what meets the eye. These hidden Easter eggs within the film are all bombshell foreshadowing planted by James Cameron for the fourth installment. Next time, we continue to unravel the mysteries.